How's everyone doing today? It's Fernando Bull. Now, as many of us are aware, XRP is battling the question as to XRP being a security or not. We also know that Mr. Garlinghouse has spoken on behalf of XRP not being a security time after time. Now, jumping off the subject for a second, a security is essentially a company providing shareholders information on their financials, information on the management team, as well as what other businesses and or properties that said company might be a huge part of. Now, part of the reason why this is a big roadblock for XRP is that there could be potentially a huge sell-off of the XRP token if it was to be classified as a security. Now, regardless if it is or it isn't, it is still essentially, although not the same, a stock. And it is definitely an investment. Now, one of the strong points that Mr. Garlinghouse has made is the fact that Ripple and XRP are two separate entities. Thus, XRP does not rely on Ripple and vice versa. One thing that we should keep in mind here, though, is that most likely most people invested in XRP are invested because of Ripple and because what Ripple is trying to do with XRP. And if that was to work, it would be massively adopted throughout the world and used for large transactions and so on and so on, and essentially maybe even for small ones. But keep in mind, which what I said at the beginning of that most likely most people are invested in it because of Ripple backing it up. Now, if Ripple was to separate away from XRP altogether, then a lot of these people would probably not feel the need to hold XRP because XRP essentially would just be floating on the clouds at that point because there wouldn't be a team to direct it the way that Ripple has talked about it and the way Ripple is trying to the things Ripple is trying to achieve with XRP. So definitely keep that in mind. I will say this though, Ripple has definitely massively benefited from XRP. Garlinghouse, as it appears though, strongly believes in XRP, as do I, as probably most of you watching this. And if things are as they appear, or rather listening, sorry, but if things are definitely as they appear, XRP has a tremendous advantage, or so that's how I personally see it. But I will ask that question up in the poll so you guys can let me know what you all think. Moving along though, as far as price action goes, XRP seems to be slowly changing on a bullish note, although not as strong as Bitcoin's bullish tendencies at the moment. It is still showing glimpses and little signs of a bullish trend sort of wanting to begin. Now, don't quote me on this, but I still do believe that we're not out of the hole, and in my opinion, we could definitely still go back below 20-cent mark. Again, that is just my speculation, but I will say this as well: the volume and the trend, as it looks right now, and as it looks in the past couple of days, it definitely looks very interesting, and interesting in the sense of good times might be ahead. But again, that's mere speculation. But that pretty much does it for this video. Stay tuned and see you all in the next one.